Welcome to today's lecture. Today we will be studying about the superior mesenteric artery. The superior mesenteric artery is the artery of midgut. Therefore, it supplies all the structures which are derived from the midgut. They are the duodenum, that is the lower part of duodenum below the opening of the bile duct. Then you are having jejunum, ileum, cecum, appendix, ascending colon, right two-third of transverse colon, and also the lower part of the head of pancreas. You can see in this picture, so this is the superior mesenteric artery. So it is supplying, so here you are having the duodenum, then this is the jejunum, then here you are having the ileum, then cecum, appendix, this is the ascending colon, and this is the right two-third of transverse colon. So in this picture, what you can see, this is the abdominal aorta. So in the anterior, what you can see, anterior of the abdominal aorta, few arteries arise. So one was the celiac trunk, then this is the superior mesenteric artery, this is the inferior mesenteric artery. Now coming to the origin of the superior mesenteric artery. So it arises from the front of the abdominal aorta behind the body of the pancreas near its neck at the level of L1 vertebra, and it is about half an inch or 1.25 centimeters just below the origin of the celiac trunk. So the superior mesenteric artery is just arising just 1.25 centimeters below the origin of celiac trunk. In this picture, what you can see, so this is the duodenum, this is the pancreas, this is the spleen, whereas here this is the abdominal aorta. So from this abdominal aorta you can see this is the celiac trunk, whereas this is the superior mesenteric artery. So this superior mesenteric artery is arising behind the body of the pancreas and also 1.25 centimeters below the celiac trunk. So in this picture, what you can see, this is the duodenum, this is the pancreas. So here is the head of the pancreas, this is the uncinate process of the pancreas. So coming to the course of superior mesenteric artery, so it runs downwards and towards the right. So this side is the right side, this is the left side. So at its origin, it lies just behind the body of the pancreas and then in front of the uncinate process. So you can see here it is lying behind the body, then it is coming in front of the uncinate process. Next is it crosses the third part of duodenum. So this is the duodenum, it crosses the third part of duodenum to enter the root of mesentery where it lies between the two layers. So this is the mesentery, then it is lying in between the two layers of the mesentery. The superior mesenteric artery terminates in the right iliac fossa by anastomosing with the ileocolic artery. It is one of its own branches. Now coming to its relations, it can be discussed under, first is above the root of mesentery and second is within the root of mesentery. So in this picture, what you can see, this is the abdominal aorta, here this is the celiac trunk, here the superior mesenteric artery, inferior mesenteric artery. So in relation above the root of mesentery, anteriorly you can see, so this is the superior mesenteric artery, so anterior to it you are having the body of pancreas and the splenic vein. Then posterior to it you are having the aorta, left renal vein, uncinate process of pancreas and the third part of duodenum. So in this picture you can see here this is the inferior vena cava, this is the abdominal aorta arising of celiac trunk, then superior mesenteric artery. So you can see here posterior to the superior mesenteric artery you are having the abdominal aorta, then the left renal vein. Within the root of mesentery, the superior mesenteric artery crosses the inferior vena cava and also the psoas major muscle. So throughout its course, it is accompanied by the superior mesenteric vein which lies on its right side. The artery is surrounded by the superior mesenteric plexus of nerves. Now coming to the branches of the superior mesenteric artery. So this artery gives 5 sets of branches. Those arising from the right side are: first is inferior pancreaticoduodenal, second is middle colic, third is right colic, fourth is ileocolic. And those arising from the left side are 12 to 15 jejunal as well as ileal branches. So in this picture, what you can see, the superior mesenteric artery, the branches which it gives, that is in the right side. So this is the right side, this is the left side. So you can see here, so this is the first branch, that is the inferior pancreaticoduodenal artery. Then you can see the middle colic artery, then the right colic artery, then ileocolic artery. Then here you can see in the left side, that is the jejunal branches as well as the ileal branches. So now coming to the inferior pancreaticoduodenal artery. So it is the first branch of the superior mesenteric artery. So it arises at the upper border of the third part of duodenum. So the artery soon divides into anterior and posterior branches which run in the pancreaticoduodenal groove and supply the head of pancreas and the duodenum. It ends by anastomosing with the anterior and posterior branch of superior pancreaticoduodenal artery. So this superior pancreaticoduodenal artery is a branch from gastroduodenal artery. So due to this anastomosis, ventral and dorsal arches are formed. Now coming to the middle colic artery. So it arises from the right side of the superior mesenteric artery just below the pancreas. So it passes between the two layers of transverse mesocolon and then divides into right and left branches. The right branch reaches the right colic flexure and anastomoses with the ascending branch of the right colic artery, whereas the left branch anastomoses close to the left colic flexure with the ascending left colic branch of the inferior mesenteric artery. So these anastomoses play a role for the completion of the marginal artery. So now coming to the right colic artery. So it arises near the middle of the concavity of the superior mesenteric artery. It passes through the right behind the peritoneum and divides into ascending and descending branches. The ascending branch anastomoses with the right branch of middle colic artery and the descending branch anastomoses with the ascending branch of ileocolic artery to form the beginning of the marginal artery of Drummond, D-R-U-M-M-O-N-D. Now coming to this, that is the ileocolic artery. So it is the terminal branch derived from the right side of the superior mesenteric artery. So it runs downwards and towards the right and divides into superior and inferior branches. So the superior branch, which is also called ascending branch, so they anastomose with the descending branch of the right colic artery. Then the descending branch, you can see it is anastomosing with the terminal branch of the superior mesenteric artery. Inferior branch or the descending branch of the ileocholic artery also give rise to an ascending cholic branch to the ascending colon, anterior and posterior cecal branches to the cecum, appendicular branch to the appendix, and also ileal branch to the terminal part of the ileum. Now coming to the jejunal and ileal branches, what you can see it in the left side. So they are about 12 to 15 in number and arise from the convex side of the superior mesenteric artery. So they pass between the two layers of mesentery of the small intestine. They branch and anastomose with each other to form the arterial arcades. For understanding purpose, you can see the superior mesenteric artery, the branches which it gives in the right side, that is the inferior pancreaticoduodenal, then the right cholic artery, ileocholic artery, and the middle cholic artery, whereas in left side 12 to 15 jejunal and ileal arteries. Then you can see this ileocholic artery, the branches which it gives is, one is the ileal artery, then that is for the terminal portion of ileum, then the cholic artery, that is for the ascending colon, then the anterior as well as the posterior cecal artery. So from the posterior cecal artery also a branch is going to supply the appendix, and that is called the appendicular artery. Then few other things what you are supposed to know. One is called the arc of Riolan, Riolan. Another thing is marginal artery of Drummond, Drumond. Now coming to this arc of Riolan, that is also known as artery of Moskowitz, Moskowitz. This arc of Riolan is the arterial anastomosis which takes place between the superior mesenteric artery and the inferior mesenteric artery via the middle cholic artery. Then the marginal artery of Drummond is a continuous arterial arcade along the inner border of the colon, formed by the anastomosis of the terminal branches of superior mesenteric artery and the inferior mesenteric artery. Coming to clinical importance, there can be occlusion of the superior mesenteric artery either by thrombosis or embolism. This would lead to enormous dilatation of the marginal artery of Drummond because it has to supply the intestine. Secondly, superior mesenteric arteriography. So this procedure is done to visualize if there is any blockage in the superior mesenteric artery or its branches. This is done by injecting the radio-opaque dye by using a catheter. So the catheter passes through the femoral artery, then the external iliac artery, common iliac artery, abdominal aorta, then it enters the superior mesenteric artery. Thank you for watching.